Oh, I didn't update the title. I did. Go through the full checklist. Okay. VTube Studio, stream avatars, the scene title was the one thing that I think I missed. Because I think the audio should still be good. I didn't bump it up for playing Deep Snake. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, then the music just being somebody that just followed me on SoundCloud, and I was like, you know what? Pretty fun actually, so we'll stick with it. Okay, so now, I think for the prototyping, I want to actually go mess with the Unity again. And then I want to add buttons. Okay, what is this extra ball here? What was the last thing I did in Unity proper? Instead of the silly scene and stuff. Oh, I was messing with this. Yeah, there we go. Let me do a bumper. Oh yeah, and I did really slow for the hole. Of which did I do that? So did I add I did add the hole. Oh yeah, and it colors those now too. For now. Okay, goal for this stream is to get the buttons working. So ideally it presses the button and adds to a score. Is what I'm hoping to get going today. Okay, so that means we do a model. Actually, we go back to the other one and prefab that. Sure, I don't think oh, I got rid of that other physics ball. Where's the fucking scene that I was just looking at? What the heck? Wait the heck? You just opened up a scene that I wanted to... Yeah, this. Weird. Okay. So this button arcade, I wanna put under a thing. Well, and then have I don't know that I actually have said exactly what the yeah, because have I said exactly what I was trying to prototype here? The prototyping that I did with the guns and fear and yet you are still here every time, much to my surprise, every time. I did see the new card on Replicat. Looks pretty fun there. Okay, yeah, because I never did post the screenshot there. I just remember playing with the prototyping. But yeah, it was gonna be getting this kind of thing working. Just these being buttons instead of dice. So that you can put them in a row. It'll press all of them if you get a sequence of 3, in this case 3 purple or a 1, 2, 3. Then it updates a score. We'll see if I get all of that done, but I definitely just want to get the button on screen that you can place and the ball rolls over it and the number go up, so. I worked on the things that I dropped in the Card and Curio Ideas channel. Were they any good ideas? I don't entirely remember. I think I mentioned something about adjacency. I think if you have a grid, that's always an interesting thing to play with, is whether things are adjacent or not, or like the swapping. Okay, you were gonna do it anyway. Okay, so to not say that I had a good idea, That was, you had the idea first, before I had a good idea. I see how it is. And I will agree with you. Oh, cards that stamp neighbors when you match them. Okay. Okay, the reason I was in that other scene was because I wanted to take the button there and turn it into a prefab and then ads, which I think I will take the ads.
Everyone's telling you that you're gonna find peace. All that we are is all that we ever couldn't be. I know the truth of it, honestly, I'm so alone. You belong in LA, I belong out in the snow.
Okay. So, to make this button to press being... Do I just call it button? Oh, call it button for now and regret the decision later. It's like this is looking like it's a little too blown up here. I wanted to give it the blown up version a try though for a bit before I most likely shrink this. It's a bit much. Okay, then this button. Well, it's because I changed the scale on this. The positioning doesn't actually need to be. Or maybe. Okay, actually we're gonna do that, dude. Okay. Yeah, actually I do need it at that position and with that scale. Okay, then we can prefab it. then actually this button can go back to there. Something like that. Okay. Now I can go back over to the other thing. Yeah, this is gonna be like, okay, do you know exactly how the game is going to play yet? And that's part of what I'm trying to, like, it's mostly figured out. Mostly is not completely figured out. Yeah, I know that. And there's a large gulf between almost and complete. This seems so loud to me. Maybe because I bumped that up. That seems good. I feel like I barely touched it. Why was I looking at? Oh, I was looking at Instagram just to look at that. Yeah, okay, so it's about making sequences of numbers. Although I don't, it's partially because of the fact that I was prototyping it with board game stuff, where I was trying to keep numbers small and like, because I also don't know if I wanted to say, if you make a sequence of, like, do I want to cap it at you make a sequence of 3, or if you add a 4th one on here, does that increase the score more? If you add a 5th one or 6th one or whatever, how much more does that increase the score? I think it works for something like Balatro because you switch out hands a good amount. Like you switch out items a good amount. Here, if they all just stay on the board for long, or it's like once you play the items, they disappear. Here, when you place them, they just continue to sit on the board, so. Alright. Oh no! I guess I had too much soda today. Like I said, I think it was making me sleepy or something, I don't know. We had Chipotle day at work. And that also came with free soda, so I had too much Chipotle and I drank too much soda, but that also meant I did not eat dinner, I just had a very large lunch. Okay, how was I adding the stuff? That's the question. Well, I guess, and oh, did the model did not come with the text. Whoops. Or did it? Okay, wait, when I go back to prefab button, it does have the text on there. Okay, good. It does, actually, I do want to keep the text attached. And that as example text, I think, is fine. Some of that's like, maybe I should mess with scientific notation just to make sure that it can fit a full, like, scientific notation, but ideally the number doesn't get that big. But you never know. Something like a break the number kind of roguelike thing is going to have probably crazy big numbers. I was now looking at the game manager to see how it's doing the spawn a new thing. Spawn grid, spawn level, spawn pipe, spawn bumper, spawn hole. This is getting more and more like I should be putting this in like an enum, and then like each of these, if it has something special, but then the rest of these are all. Yeah, because it all adds to positions, it all adds to... Or I guess it removes from positions. I don't know, they seem to be different enough so far. Again, I'm just operating under the idea that I'm just going to redo everything at some point anyway. I'm just trying to push for the silly goal of, hey, can I get this into MagFest in the next week? Can I make a video that's interesting enough for somebody to say, hey, yeah, we'd like to have that at MagFest. And we'd like to have you at MagFest with... It does ask for social medias and stuff, too. So I'm like, okay, at least in terms of a library of... Like, I have a proven history of, I guess, failed projects. They're just looking to show off something at a convention. It doesn't necessarily need to be a finished thing. Because that would be so much fun. I probably should just do the, like, rent a table for an hour or two, not do an entire convention, but I've also done a small little convention that I had an absolute blast with, so it would be fun to do a bigger convention too. What am I working on now? Victory screen or an intro cutscene? I'm looking to get anything but gameplay. No, see, that's what I'm working on, is gameplay. Actually working on gameplay. So getting it so that you could place a button on the board, and then that'll up the score number, and like I doubt I will get it all done today, but ideally. The thing that I want to get done is you place the button, the ball rolls over it, and then based on a sequence, that is whether you score well or not. Is the hope. And I'm hoping to get just the button placement and the ball rolls over it and number go up kind of thing. That doesn't seem like too bad for this evening. But yes, much to everyone's surprise, actual gameplay today. I was messing with modeling yesterday because I wanted the button to play with today, so. And then I was messing with the marketing scene just, well, okay, like I said, I was messing with modeling yesterday, and then that just kind of dovetailed into, well, maybe we'll work on the cover again as well. I'm trying to move in a direction and hope that the momentum carries me into like a I'm at least working on something every day. That's I think important, that you keep the momentum going even if it is not necessarily the most important thing. But maybe that's just me personally. Maybe I should. And this is me working on the most important thing. I'm figuring out gameplay again. The spawn hole? What, you don't want to see spawn hole? It's just the. Well, oh, I guess it is hole instead of goal. I was saying goal, but. Congrats on the job. Funbase got a job? As in, didn't have one and got a new one, or got a new job, or? I guess congrats on the job. Was this a thing that was on social media that I missed? Unfortunately, yes. You were enjoying not being employed, so. Job got Funbase. Okay. I tried to outrun it, but couldn't escape. Okay. Then we have a list of buttons. Been unemployed for 6 months. Okay, back to it in 1 week. Yeah, my friends have been unemployed for quite a while, and it's just it sounds like this does not seem like the time to be unemployed. As much as I get very sick of driving for an hour to work and then driving for an hour back, I'm like, I am glad to have a job at least. And technically I don't need to do all that driving, but I also know myself and that I will not get any work done if I am at home, so. So maybe it's just a matter of self-control. I don't care. I've had enough jobs, I've had enough things that I don't care about that I'm like, no, I have to, like, it sucks to drive a lot, but I have to force myself to do it or lose another job, so. Yeah, commute is one of the worst things about working world, and everyone accepts it. That's why I specifically moved to the middle of nowhere for the last job I had, was because I was like, I don't want it. Because I did an hour-long commute between Colorado Springs and Denver for most of a year. I was just like, nah, that's just miserable. This commute isn't as bad just because I'm going from a place to the middle of nowhere, so there's not a ton of traffic. There's some traffic of cars going to the base, but it's not as nearly as bad as doing from major city to major city. So yeah, I never understood it. It's one of the biggest qualifiers for a job to be close to home. Yeah, and this is, I moved slightly closer, but I wanted to be in, like, a city. I did the middle of nowhere for a while. It's one of those things of, like, okay, I did major city to major city. That sucked as a commute. I've done live in the middle of nowhere. It's fine. And so now I'm doing a live in the city and do a long commute, and it's also, it's fine. I wish I'd had more time, but... Yeah, it'd be even closer for you when you go to Berlin. I haven't had a job that was more than 4 miles away from the house in like 15 years. Wow. That'd be nice. Yeah, I've been contemplating moving back into the middle of nowhere just to be close to the job, but I don't know. It's also like I've never wanted to have any of the jobs that I've had. I've never been excited about the job enough to be like, okay, yeah, let's go all in. And that's been, what, 10 years of bouncing around a bunch of different jobs. Going like, nah. The last job I had before this one, I actually kind of liked, but then they just kind of ran out of stuff for me to do, and I was like, you know what, if you guys don't have any more stuff for me, I'm gonna try my hand at going full-time indie. And then a month later it was like, oh, I gotta deal with a kidney stone, let's go get health insurance again. And now with Trump, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna try to leave my job to go try that again. Even if the commute sucks balls. Oh, okay, right now you go downstairs to sit in front of the PC. In Berlin, only have one room in the house. Okay, that's why you figure your commute will be even faster. I see. Okay. Okay, yeah, and I did have selected item. Yeah, it's just one of those things of like I should probably be looking at what I'm doing instead of just kind of copying what I already did, but again, I'm gonna remake all of it anyway, so we're gonna go with what works and then make it better once it's working. I mean, I still haven't even figured out the gameplay. I guess that's like a question. Wait, we could bust out paint and then do like a pro-con list or something. Or maybe it would be easier to just do on like a document. Or I don't feel like drawing with the mouse. That just seems a little silly. But I'd be kind of interested to solicit opinions on the... Like, I have two, at least for now, somewhat competing ideas of... Okay, wait, can I blow this up and then also do it as, like, half a thing? And then can I blow up the other video of captures? Yeah, there. Like that. Yeah, how do you do? There we go. Aha. Let's split it. Oh, that's just a picture. Wait, I wanted the actual video. That was the cool part of this. Is this one? No, neither of those is. the thing? This one? That's sideways, but... There we go. Okay, so now can I do that? Why is super skinny? Okay, this... There we go. Aha! There we go. Hoping to be more social in Berlin because I live super far away from the city center in Istanbul. Did I consider the tick mechanic that you mentioned the other day? I don't recall it, so no. Jonas's last video talks about a similar approach. What a coincidence. I haven't watched it. I saw that there was a new video and I hadn't gotten around to watching it. I suppose now that you mention it, I should pull it up. Not to watch it, and I don't know. I guess I could do could do a reaction. Game Dev reacts to the latest Jonas. Oh, maybe not the latest. I'm clearly behind on a lot of this. Oh, I watched the talk. Instead of the podcast, I watched the talk that he did recently. That's what I was doing today. Is it making viral games? Or is it this best code architecture? That was only 5 minutes. But you'll have to remind me on what the tick mechanic is. And I think I had I think I saved off the little like concept images that you did. Somewhere. Okay, maybe not there, but here somewhere? No, I thought I saved off the links somewhere just to separating logic and visuals so it's not tied to the physics. Oh yeah, no. I haven't actually gotten to the point of the ball movement stuff. I do agree needs to be fully redone with a grid that it does like a lerps between, or maybe not lerps, but moves between two grid spaces at a set step. I do agree with that. I have not messed with the actual like implementation of the ball moving around better. So I'm still in prototype mode. I'm still trying to figure out the gameplay. Somebody said I should focus on the gameplay, and then I watched yet another video. Speaking of this guy and his talk that he had, that was saying, "Hey, how to not finish the wrong game, how to not ship." That's what it was. How to not ship the wrong game, which was basically put up a prototype that gets some traction and then follow that. So. Okay, best code architectures for indie game ends up talking about the separation of logic and visuals. Okay. I guess I didn't save those links off somewhere, or maybe just not here. Oh, no, I did. There we go. I did save off one of the mock-ups. But yeah, like I said, I did agree that I need to redo the physics here. But right now, it's the question of, I think this is a really fun, interesting thing to play with, but not a game. Much more just a visual toy. I think this is an interesting game, but doesn't include this. Yeah, because right now the balls have different colors, but I haven't really figured out exactly what sort of gameplay that would confer to the buttons and moving around and stuff. And I figured if I slap a number on the ball, that would be like a multiplier as it rolls over the different points here, but I just think this is an absolute ton of fun to play with and to watch, but I don't know how this squares into actual gameplay. Because I still also like the idea of the Rube Goldberg roguelike. That's the two things. I think visually this is super cool, and I think the hook of a Rube Goldberg machine roguelike is an interesting hook. But the two ideas are not really meshing right now, is the issue. And I don't exactly know how I would mesh them. Because I also don't want it to be super complex, where it's like, okay, then you have to worry about the ball number and the ball color as it moves over these buttons that are also at different positions with different colors and numbers and whatever else. So I wanted to just kind of prototype this button mechanic stuff here. I have this, so now I wanted to prototype this in Unity and play with that. It's basically the idea where I was at right now. And by prototype this, I mean not like a good architecture or anything, but literally just it rolls over the buttons, number goes up. Okay, is that good, interesting gameplay or not? Is where I'm at. Okay, and then back to you, where I was just kind of, again, clunkily, just copying over stuff. But that's okay, you gotta start somewhere. At least that's what I tell myself. See, that's the thing, I feel like sometimes you just have to work through that, like, you go from beginner that's like, I'm just gonna spam buttons, to, no, we're actually gonna learn how to play the game. And then you get to the expert that's like, I'm just gonna spam buttons. That's my excuse for continuing to flail around, not figuring out how the game works. That's the other thing though too, is that like, because I was just watching a Jonathan Blow clip of him talking about like, yeah, I don't write a game design document, I just go and make the game. And that's what they were just talking about with Hollow Knight Silk Song, was that they just went and made the game. That was not like, oh, we have a plan to spend 7 years on this game. It was just... I love the comment that somebody put that was like the only game stuck in development heaven. They just had so much fun making the game and adding stuff to it, and then their other game was such a hit, they just did not have any major pressure to release it. Yeah, I played Hollow Knight, but it was not like when it released, and like Silk Song, I'm interested in it, but I'm not like frothing at the mouth to play it. I gotta find times to play the stuff I already started. I was having some fun with Donkey Kong Bonanza. The skill tree frustrates the heck out of me though. It just does not feel necessary to me. Okay, that was the spawn the... I'll just not worry about the buttons there. Okay, and then 2 references. No, wait, that's like the default spawn hole though, right? Okay, and then is it a button in Unity or something that is... How am I doing the actual spawn the thing? It's just setting the selected to whatever. Well, this will be awkward to just slap it on the end when this menu looks kind of nice, but that's okay. So, button. Ruh-roh! My naming convention has already broken down. That did not take long at all. Okay, so we'll do button. Need you to scooch. Oh, I changed the No, it's got button on the button. So button. There we go. Resurrected the personal SoundCloud account and started uploading music. I made mostly for games, but got tired after uploading 25 tracks. Wow, still have more than 50 tracks probably. Dang, dude, that's cool. As in, is it Brainoid on SoundCloud? I mean, obviously, I do listen to a lot of SoundClouds. I was gonna say, I will totally drop a follow and possibly listen to some of the music on stream. Although I think I do know some of it, because I started listening to a little bit of the Down to Jam. I was like, oh yeah, I can listen to Down to Jam as background music, and then was like, oh wait, no, I already recognize these songs. I'll come back to it. I'm like, I recognize that cover. Oh look, it's me. I recognize Not Much. It's horrifying. Yeah, I can see why this might have taken a while. If you're also going and finding all the covers for all of the games as well. Oh, 8 hours ago. Okay, this is a very recent thing. This was like a today kind of thing. Yeah, it's tiresome. Well, just stop making music. Just stop being creative. It's a real simple solution there. You just stop doing the thing. I say as I continue to just flail and flail and flail, and I'm like, you know, I would love to just like play Peak or something. Somebody would be interested in playing Peak with me, right? And then I'm like, no, I gotta work on this thing. Do you know? Yeah, I did upload some during the break. Okay, and this button. Wait, is this not doing a, is this doing a... It feels like it should be doing that enum, not the number there. That's okay, whatever. Again, we're not doing, I didn't set anything there. That would help. I also don't need that there. Yeah, I don't think... I've uploaded 1 or 2 things on SoundCloud, but my music making has A, not been good, and B, yeah, 4 years ago was the little bit of music, and yeah, there's only 5 songs on here. That's not been a strength of mine and not been a thing I've done a lot. Now, you would say, what is the strength of yours? And I'm like, I don't know, games, I guess, based on the number of things I've made, but... I guess that's what I should be better at, is making games. Over, like, music or something. Yeah, I think I'm a little weird in my, actually starting to do things. I think my tolerance for, like, starting a thing is higher. Like, I can start a thing enough to, like, make music and release a song or two, but... My tolerance for getting good is lower, which kind of sucks. That's what I was thinking of. Was that like, if life is about the journey and not the destination, and it like the most interesting life is to do stuff that's difficult, then like failing at difficult things is the is what I aim for, instead of succeeding at anything. What's your complaint here? Is that I goofed this up? This is not a thing. It spawned the button, okay. Instantiate a button. It shouldn't have anything weird on it, right? Oh, it doesn't have a grid space. But it does have, okay. So let's slap a grid space on there. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking of in terms of like legacy and stuff. I think it's well, it's because I was listening to Confronting the Presidents, and they were talking about essentially it was like how do you sum up an entire person's life and in this case like a presidency. And they did a good amount of like here's the routine for breakfast and like it was a lot of like morning routines. They would start with mentioning a morning routine and then kind of not say anything else about it, the person's routines. But yeah, apparently a couple of presidents would drink like a pint of hard cider in the morning for breakfast, which like a pint I think is that's a good amount of of liquid, and like hard cider to start your day that's a lot. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just imagining like a full like flagon there. Yeah, a pint of hard cider to start the morning that's a lot. Yeah, I think I'm good after just a bottle of hard cider, and I don't even drink hard cider anymore. Okay, not that has a grid spice. Are you gonna not explode? Oh, and then it's back to ads again. I suppose I will go take the ad break. Yeah, I like doing a little something, but I'm like, oh, I could get a glass of tea. Okay, I made some tea. I can go get a glass of tea. That's what I'll do with the ad break. With the button. Okay. Back to... Does it explode? Or does it place the buttons? Which... Okay, who's got an issue here? Collider to get component grid space. It's the grid space location, that's fine. The button to get grid space is... Oh, it's because I pulled that from the hole there. I don't need that. Again, I didn't read what I was doing. That's... Okay. Until it's not. Okay, let's actually read what it's doing. It is making a button at this position of that size, of which the same size of S is everything. And nothing on the Y. That's good. And then it's adding it to... Okay, it's removing it from the spawn position. That's good. And adding it to the list of buttons. That's good. So, is that still the one that's complaining? As in, based on what should be pretty basic stuff, is it still gonna complain about it? Okay, actually, maybe we just change up the canvas just a little bit. No, I don't need to make it look good. That's not the important part here. The important part is the buttons. There we go. Okay, so it was just the removing stuff. Okay, then we go... Hey, why is the text sideways in comparison here? Okay, now we go back in here. So why does it look like the text is not visible there? Unless this is upside down, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so give me the text, then let's see if it'll let me rotate it or if it's just gonna shear it and explode it for some reason. Oh, you suck. Bugger off. That's not really what I wanted because it changes the position of it. I wanted a pivot in the middle of the number. But that's okay, I guess. Actually, no, I think I want it slid over just a little bit. No, that's way too much. Okay. Oh, wait. I did need that slightly bumped, right? Okay, so now let's save that. Actually, let's do... Width is just gonna be like 5 by 5. I think that the camera's gonna be zoomed in well. Nope, definitely not. Do I want to zoom the camera in? Yeah, kinda. Okay, and we're not messing with rotation or anything either. I keep wanting to fiddle with. That's not how you zoom it. Size bigger? No, it is the other way around. Nope, stop. The other one. This one. There we go. That. And that. Okay, there. We're hand placing everything for now. I'm learning the lesson here. That was something that was neat about the, when they were talking about, okay, Dwarf Romantic. The name for Dome Keeper. The Game Jam game was a play on Dome? Probably just Dome Romantic. But he was talking about, like, for making the different layers of difficulty was just I drew out the different layers and then just flipped it on the horizontal. And people thought it was procedural, and it was like, oh, okay. So just a tiny bit of randomness was all it took to give people a sense of, okay, this is a game that has a ton of depth, even if it really didn't have like a ton of depth. Okay, so part of it is I think I just want to learn the act of like hand placing things and stop trying to generate everything. It is funny that I'm not a huge fan of generative AI, despite the fact that I do so much like generated game stuff. Okay, so now you didn't save the this, which makes sense because I didn't copy it. There we go. Okay, so now we do a button there. And we do like a pipe there. And then rotate it so that, ta-da. Okay. Do I do a button animation? That'll take a second, and that'll be a nice easy way to, what's a button do? It's a silly naming convention. I just called it a button because it is a button, but the button is... So I'm gonna just keep this up here, but... So it's about making sequences of... I was messing with Quirkle too. I still haven't posted the picture of the, like, Quirkle prototype stuff. Because it's what Quirkle does. It's like Scrabble, except you're using symbols and numbers and stuff. But it's the same thing as like Balatro and stuff, where you have like a sequence. So here, it's just the ball is going to roll over these. It's going to do a sequence of 1, 2, 3. You get points for that. Or like here, these orange ones are lined up. So if you get another orange one, then it'll be 3 orange, and then that'll be points. Or if this had a third purple. But I think the spatial element of this is interesting because I want to make it so that it doesn't matter how much space is in between that the different buttons. So if you had like, you know, like an orange button here, an orange button here, and an orange button here with nothing in between them, that would still count as you got a sequence. So when you place more buttons, then you have to figure out how that is going to fit into your sequence of the ball moving around and bouncing over the different buttons. Yeah, then like I said, my problem is just trying to square the idea of like this I think is really interesting strategic gameplay, and then this is just really interesting visually, but I don't know how to square like the ball leaving a color trail with like matching with the buttons and stuff. And I also don't want to like overcomplicate it. I don't know, I was looking at the like loot plot is sitting at a very positive, despite the fact that I think it's overly complex. So if there is an audience that enjoys overly complex, I could definitely do that. So yeah, it's sitting at a very positive. Yeah, because each of these tiles has a different property, and then the item that you put on it each has a different property, and then the order of which these things... Yeah. That just looks like an insane amount of things that trigger other things that trigger other things. And that was weird to me too, is that it didn't have like the bonus and the multiplier. I guess you wouldn't see it until after. I don't know. The game was just a lot. So. And I think a lot is okay, because it's the same thing with Balatro. Balatro is a lot of game. There's a lot of interlocking mechanics. But it introduces you to them at a good pace. Where I think Loot Plot just dumps it all on you at once and says, hey, have at it. I think my other big problem was just that every single turn was you can go to the shop and buy 5 items that spawn 3 items. So every turn you're looking at 15 items to place on the board. Yeah, I know Ballionaire was doing like just 1. I think right now I want to roll with just you place 3 out of 5 items. That's how I was prototyping it. I was realizing there's a good amount of DNA with that other theory crafter game that I made. It's not too far down here, right? Maybe it is. Yeah, this, I think, had the trailer there. Yeah, I did that a little slow, but that's okay. But yeah, this was like, it rolls a series of things for you to place on the board, and then you place them. Yeah, I do want to steal the audio from this to use for this new project. That's the thing, it's like this took me 2 weeks to make, and yet here I am months into this and still have not figured out how to do it, but that's okay. I just keep telling myself that that's okay. That's really what it is. I just keep telling myself that that's okay. Okay, wait, eraser? Can I eraser you? No. Can I just put a pipe there anyway? I can. It doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem good, but that's okay. Okay, yeah, there's obviously some buggy nonsense going on, but I think there's also some interesting ideas going on there too. Okay, so button. Actually, yeah, it is kind of at the point where I could start adding a script to it to do stuff. I think I have a pipe script on. These are buttons. The actual object. So I'm like, where is the... I might need to shrink this. The UI is a little too big now. I think like 125 instead of 150. Or maybe like 130 or something. It's just a bit too big. Okay, so like pipe just has a pipe script on it, right? Yeah. There's a pipe script on it. The bumper just has a bumper. Or nothing on it. No, it does still have a bumper script for rotations and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna... Either I get a plugin or I figure out a way to redo all of it so that each individual grid item has a direction that it's facing, has a position in the grid, has its list of neighbors. Would be good. Oh, and then did I want to animate this? Yeah, I did. So, or yeah, I do. So add and animation. No, you know what? No. I'm sticking with what is the core thing I need for this. It's just the score. It just scores. That is the core thing I need to test whether this is interesting. I'm trying. And maybe this is why people keep coming back. Because I don't succeed, but I do try. Okay, maybe that's hyperbole. It's the gotcha the gotcha machine. There's a chance that I might succeed because I try enough. So well, you gotta show up to see if today's the day. The sun is shining, the tank is clean, and we are gonna the tank. I always think of the wrong Pixar quotes. What's the... No, it can't be true. I can fly if I wanted to. like a bird in the sky. I believe I can fly. Yeah, both of those are not great for inspiring quotes, because neither of those turn out well after. Okay, I just need to add a script. I'm just lost in quoting Pixar, of which I don't know if anybody would catch that it's Incredibles that I'm referencing with the stream title. Which I would I would recommend watching the first Incredibles movie. That was a just absolute nostalgic blast. Well, maybe not as a kid. Well, I watched it a ton of times as a kid. I watched The Incredibles so many times as a kid. And then I do not like The Incredibles 2. Are they gonna do another one? I feel like they might do another one. Or they said that they're doing another one. But it's probably a bad idea to just call it Button, but we're just gonna call it Button until, like I said, I'm gonna make the bad decision until I regret it. Which, you know, might be quick. Okay. The Incredibles. Yeah, now I'm thinking of like, oh yeah, I did fan art of The Incredibles. And then I was also thinking about fan art because the Doug is doing the Rosa stream. The donate way too much money to whatchamacallit, the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and doing fan art stuff. And I was like, ooh, if I could get the ball bouncing around with certain colors to paint out a picture, it's a unique way of doing fan art. So okay, was there a sequel? Yeah, there was. Okay. Yeah, no, it was recently, it's June 2025, that Peterson is going to direct. Because Brad Bird is doing Ray Gun? What is Ray Gun exactly? Oh, okay, so he also lost a year of production time on Incredibles 2. That sucks. Yeah, okay. And then because Disney owns everything and wants to crank out just a billion versions of everything, of the point that they burned me out on the Marvel stuff. I was watching so many of them, and then even movies I was interested in I got burned out on. Because I'm like, I don't know if Thunderbolts is gonna tie into Daredevil, so do I need to watch Daredevil beforehand? The answer's most likely no. And it wouldn't matter, but I did kind of just lose steam on watching it. After so many middling movies, it was like, nah, it's all just homework now. Okay, this needs to have a... maybe not score, but... a number? And then a color. This is really not a... I guess we call it score then, because I think just calling it... And then like a type, but that's not a great name either. You know what? We're gonna do poor naming conventions up until it causes me problems. Okay, number, color, being called color, and then at the start, or rather the update. Well, no, the start. That's fine. The text. These need to have serialized field. And then also the numbered text. Text Mesh Pro, Text Mesh Pro, you GUI. Just Text Mesh Pro? Where are you? Text Mesh Pro, text. Okay, neither of the guesses that I made. 2 thanks. Okay, Text Mesh Pro, text. Using TM Pro? You gonna give me the using? Yeah, there we go. And then it was Text Mesh Pro text, or just Text Mesh Pro. Is that fine? Okay, this can actually be the number text. And then I also need the mesh. That's not the right guess there. Just call it mesh render. Let's see, did I have any more interesting president facts after? I've gotten up to James K. Polk, who's like I think in double digits on presidents now at this point. Yeah. I was gonna say George Harrison. It's like not the Harrison. Yeah, the Harrison presidency, they also listed that as interesting because of... okay, we know the presidents. But they were listing the Harrison presidency is interesting based on the campaigning. Because it was the first presidency where somebody did like a major campaign. Yeah, but then proceeded to die a month into the presidency. It didn't actually get to really be a president for a while. Yeah, the heights on these guys are kind of wild. Because it was like George Washington was like 6'2", and Andrew Jackson was like 6'1", I think. But then like John Quincy Adams and like John Adams were like 5'5" or something. Yeah, it's just wild how big some of these guys are. Yeah, okay, so yeah, okay, I just got into the double digits now with John Tyler and James K. Polk. Yeah, I was gonna say he was president for a full 4 years, just because the other guy died so quickly. Okay, so at the start, the number text. Why that color? Why are you guessing the color of the text? It's called number text, and you say, maybe you want to change the color. I do want to change the color, but not of the text, you goof. Set it to number. .toString. I never know if you're actually gonna just do it automatically or not, and apparently you're not. Oh. Apparently I need to update to the latest. Why does it just say that it is not supported at all? This should be very up to date. I downloaded... This is a new computer as of like 2 months ago even, right? It seems like it should be an updated new version of Visual Studio. That seems kind of wild to me. I guess I should do it now because I'm not going to remember to do it later. Okay, and then the mesh renderer. Color. Mesh. Okay, the mesh renderer dot color. What's the thing? How do I keep forgetting? The stuff that I keep messing. Material. There we go. Jeez. Color. Okay. Now, let's make sure this runs, and then once it runs, then I can reset Unity and update. You don't have the button script, so add the button script onto the button. The number, sure, can be 0. The number text is this. The mesh renderer is this. Okay, then we hit go on that. The color should just be white because I didn't put in a color. Or black, I guess. And you're not. Okay, but that's not a script then. So now we can update that. Okay, yes. Boy, is it nice to just be an admin on the computer and press the button that says, I want to update a thing. I think there's a few things that are out of date on my work computer because I'm like, oh well. I gotta go to IT to get the Visual Studio updated, and I don't know that it's like super duper necessary. Okay, now go back to this because I want to make sure that it has the text. Yeah, you should be aligned there, you goof. Oh, okay, it's because once it hits like a certain size, it, okay, so now, there we go, okay, so now that's 0. Okay, now, do a random color, actually. So, button. Just to make sure the color is actually changing. Give me a random color. That's close, but not quite. Color. Random? No, random dot colors. Yeah, okay. It seems like I can get a good amount of focus in. Ain't nobody here anymore to distract me with conversation about what guesses do I have? Let's see, Minecraft. Well, let's see. I was gonna say, close it. That's what I wanted you to do the whole time. Needed to restart it. Okay, so what would y'all be distracting me with if y'all were talking? I know there's been Minecraft. There's been discussions of Minecraft that appeal to a few people. I mean, Replicat had some updates. Okay, so now that's button colors. Oh wait, I have the color manager, right? I can't mess with that now. Well, shoot. And yeah, I just can't mess with any code stuffs. Let's see. Oh, I've been doing absolutely terrible at Estimate Me recently. I've gotten worse. It went from like, I get the occasional close guess to just failing out completely. I'm like well overestimating, well underestimating. It's just all over the place now. My powers of estimation are completely gone. So, what do I think about including a cheater button in jam games? To do what? As in, like, is this a banning cheaters or something? Or is this just a skip content? As in, like, cheat in the game button? I guess I'm not entirely sure what the cheater button would be. I think yeah, I was gonna say God mode or level skip, I think is a good idea. I mean, it might be, like, in the options or something to, like, let you skip levels and stuff. Yeah, because I think there are some of the puzzle games that are like, so you come across a hard level that like, but I know that's also like a tutorial thing too for a lot of levels. It's like, okay, if you don't understand this, that you're not gonna get the next subsequent set of levels. And I can see why a lot of people don't do it, because you're not gonna have time for even an options menu or a start screen in a lot of cases. So the idea of adding a debug cheater button for when you're testing stuff is not really gonna happen as much either. So definitely think it's not a bad idea, but I think it's hard to find the time to implement something like that. But yeah, I think because it's essentially just an accessibility thing. So yeah, I think making a game more accessible is a good idea. That's really what that boils down to. Yeah, time is always an issue. But yeah, I think like even like cheat codes, I think are a good idea. I think they're a fun idea. Like I think you're not gonna lose out by doing cheat codes or something. Because people want to have fun with the game, and if you can just skip past difficult stuff to have fun with the game, then I think that's good and important stuff. So yeah, okay, I've been collecting some jam tips, and the idea of a cheater button feels good, but it's the one tip I've seen some pushback on. Well, that's probably the like Dark Souls. That's that Souls like. He's like, well, do you want to have a button that just changes the experience to be something else? Yeah, because I guess where I'm coming from is, I think having a button that lets you add some accessibility features to a jam game, I think is a good idea. But I think if it's a completely destroy whatever experience that you had in mind, I don't think that's super helpful. So I think the cheater is it might just be a matter of renaming it too. So yeah, a counter argument is centered on the designer's intended experience. Yeah, which I think is an accessibility thing. I think that's what it's always been with like the FromSoft games too, where they don't have difficulty modes. They just have it built in that you have different. Yeah, okay. I never know who's actually able to see through the ads or not. It doesn't tell me who has Twitch Prime. Well then, if the answer cannot be received, I guess I will go take a break and lie down and get distracted by Railbound or something, most likely. Okay, so then while Unity boots up again, that's what I'll... There we go. That gives me a good excuse. Okay, dokie. Yeah, so I was yapping about the pushback to the cheater button being changing the intended design changing the designed experience of the game. I guess it's also because I make pretty randomized stuff that I'm not as precious about having some like very specifically designed, this is the game that I made, play it and love it and stuff. It's definitely less about that for me. Okay, I make the button insanely tall, so it look like super awkward with the Well, this seems to be a good vein of conversation when you get the wow. I'm surprised that making the insanely tall button didn't seem to be, at least at this camera angle. Didn't seem to look insanely tall. Okay, let's not click on these, please. I keep wanting to animate the button. That's not what I'm here for. Okay, I think keeping accessibility in mind when designing is good, though. Things like readable text, colorblind friendly palettes, and simple interfacing are much easier to apply when you're building the project. I'm not saying it has to be done, but these small details don't seem to be considered on the small project. Do you want, but limiting accessibility only alienates potential players. It's always interesting to me that Nintendo tends to not do a ton for accessibility. And I don't know if they're also banging the drum on like, no, we're doing very specifically designed projects, and that just is not inclusive. I think is a bit of a bummer. Like I said, I'm just not as precious about my design. I don't have a very specific thing I'm trying to make. I'm much more like, this is a collaboration with the player, essentially. I want this to be a fun experience, but I think Nintendo has a lot in its design that makes it super accessible. I think it depends. Well, I think I'm maybe not the design of the game, but I'm thinking of the menus and stuff where I think... Yeah, I don't know about some of the recent stuff, but I know that was something they were a little bit slower on, was even something like button remapping, I think. I don't know. They might have gotten better about it, but I thought that there was a... Yeah, okay, so design philosophy. Yeah, when I said that, I was thinking more of, like, the UI and stuff. I think they're not as good about, but I think it's very much in that, like, FromSoft vein of, like, here is a lot of ways you can play to beat a game, but not necessarily like, okay, here's a lot of ways you can change what the game looks like or feels to actually, like, beat it. And I think ideally you want both. I think that's the best. It's the, like, yes, you can have a colorblind option, but also the design of the game gives you, like, okay, here's different symbols that are matching up with the colors. Like, I think it's something that, like, just a basic playing card does well, is that they have symbols and they have numbers. And I think even red and black, even if you're colorblind, still they aren't gonna clash. You can tell that they're different. Oh wait, let's I could put a goal on the end of it. Okay, wait, I wanted to list that as a whole, not a goal, but the modern menu designs are built for children. That's why all the Mario Karts are separate slots instead of embedding and duplicate characters. I haven't even played Mario Kart World. I did get the Nintendo Switch 2, but I've just been doing Bonanza. Yeah, I got it like 2 weeks ago or something. Because then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna play Donkey Kong Bonanza all weekend, and then I went and watched Squid Game all weekend instead. And then this weekend I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get my car fixed. Let's make sure that the Switch 2 is all booted up and updated so I can run the game. And then 3 hours passed. And it was like, oh, oops. We'll see how I feel as I get further into the game and decide to unlock more moves, which I think is just dumb that you have to unlock more moves. I'm also not interested in, like, I get all of these collectibles and I can have 30% more punch. It just doesn't feel good in the type of game that it is to have a skill tree that upgrades and updates. Because that's the thing too, is I'm not choosing between different skill points. I'm just eventually getting all the skill points. Like, I think a skill tree where you can only have a limited selection of stuff is an interesting idea. I think a skill tree where you're just eventually the number to go up is not a good idea. Okay, I keep messing with it. That's why I keep wanting to work on this, is because even when it's not a game, I still want to play with it. So that tells me there's something there. I just need to actually turn it into a game now. GPT-5 model support. Wow, still have not touched an AI. I think I downloaded Claude and then didn't mess with it. I don't know, even the like IntelliSense, it doesn't seem to give me what I'm aiming for, so I don't know. It's so weird getting multiple different AI newsletters that some of them are very positive, some of them are very negative. And then I just still have not messed with AI anyway, despite the fact that I read a bunch of newsletters. I know my sister uses ChatGPT a lot. I doubt my parents even Google anything. Hardly. Okay, the question is, how am I doing the coloring the thingamabobs? And that will tell me. So the ball is not doing it? Is it the... So what do the blocks have as their... So like, how am I doing the colors? Because then that will let me just figure out the button there too. Is it grid space? I thought it was the ball. This one? This is the one I was just looking at though. Yeah, I gotta try some Mario Kart World at some point too. I don't think I've heard anything about it, basically. It was just like everybody's excited about it. It was a system seller for the Switch, and then I don't think I've seen any like major YouTube videos or anything. No, I guess Donkey did a video on... I don't know, I think I also avoided a lot of Mario Kart World information because I knew I was gonna play it and I didn't want a bunch of spoilers or anything, but or at least beyond the Mario Kart Direct. Those directs always feel like they spoil a lot. Okay, what was the reception on this? 86 out of 100. So yeah, definitely positive. Oh, I think that's what I've seen is like YouTube thumbnails that say the world is empty, and that the open world Mario Kart did not really do much for the franchise. Based on the thumbnails on YouTube videos, based on the titles of YouTube videos. But haven't actually played it to see if that is the case. I don't know, because even like the Donkey Kong Bonanza thing, I'm having a ton of fun with, but in a way of like, This feels a little more compulsive rather than like fun. This feels more like I'm getting pulled across the world because there's so many shinies everywhere, instead of like the movement is super fun and I'm just having fun existing in the world. At least Donkey Kong Bonanza feels like it's absolutely flooded the world with stuff to pick up. Okay, it's just not doing the color thing, but then the other grid spaces don't seem to be doing color. How am I doing color? Is this seriously not? I doubt it's this. This is doing clear color. I'm just, okay, wait. It's not, because there is a ball script too, right? The maximum confusion. Is this the one? Oh, grid move. That's the one that I'm not using then, right? Okay, this is the one that's doing the cast downward to change the color of the object. Okay, so kind of want to change it to... Yeah, this is where I need to change it all to being a grid, but for the sake of prototyping stuff, I just want this to change to, if this hits something like a button, then, so now if it's a button, then say button pressed. Okay. Do I have any other? Because what was the other thing? The some jam tips. Do I have any other jam tips? I have that video that I haven't edited. I recorded that video and then never edited it. As in, like, here's how I felt about the global game jam. How to do it well. Oh, where's my Google Drive, you goof? Okay, so it's like if I had actually put in the time to edit the things, I could just point you at the video. Okay, video ideas, presentations completed. Except it's not because I haven't edited it. I recorded it and everything. Okay, there. My tips for making a good game jam. Just one simple mechanic with lots of juice and polish, and make it unique. That's it. That was my that was my philosophy that I'm gonna try to take it in the next one. I keep trying to do this like really fancy looking game that has like a whole bunch of randomized world and stuff, and it keeps screwing me over. Which I started doing like a first-person game where you could draw a box and stuff, and then I wasn't as enthralled with it. Although this last GMTK I could have done. I still regret not doing a clock roguelike. I feel like that would have worked well. Because that would have been loop in a few different regards. I don't know how a clock roguelike would work, but it's because I honed in on the looping scoring and then didn't actually do that for the jam. Secret jam tip from you, strawberry jam. It tastes quite good. I've been tempted to do the strawberry jam game jam. With a, in February make a not safe for work game. But I think part of that is it'd be hard to stream that, and also it's a whole month-long jam too, I think, right? That's like I think it's a longer time frame. Strawberry Game jam. There we go, the actual jam, not the stuff about it. Yeah, from February 1st to March 1st. It's an entire month-long jam. Which is just, that's a lot. It's a long. Okay, yeah, you were talking about the food. Well, and I just wanted to go on a tangent about there is a game jam called Strawberry Jam. If people do not know about it, but it is an entire month-long not safe for work game jam. Yeah, it's because I didn't even know there was a Strawberry Jam game jam. Uploaded more tracks and 38 of them. Congrats. Congratulations. Sounds like you still had more if you said there was like 50, but like I said, if you're also going through photos and stuff. Does SoundCloud has to have some kind of scheduling to like you could actually stagger this out to a post like every couple hours or so. Drip feed it over a certain amount of time instead of just dumping all of it, but maybe that's just me. If you are just using it as an archiving thing, then it probably is not a bad idea to just dump them all at once, but... Oh wait, that means I should add... Wait, yeah, I was gonna say, did I do a follow and then not add this to my stream music? That's what you get for adding all of it. I was gonna say probably miscellaneous. If it's, I'm assuming it's a lot of different audio from a lot of different things. There we go. Now we can listen to some Brainoid there. Oh, that's what it was. I saw a game that was something versus the Brainoids, and I was like, should I send this? And then I forgot about it. Game versus the Brainoids. If I could spell. There, Chip and Claws versus the Brainoids. I was just like, oh look, it's Brainoid. Although again, it's versus the Brainoids, because I know there's a lot of gnome games that are about like against the gnomes. Although I know the gnomes tower defense game was like you play as the gnomes. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if you want to see a bunch of violence against the Brainoids, but...
See that? Looks like the last bridge is guarded by a whole bunch of pickle brains.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is one of those genres that, like... I think there's an audience for this. I don't know that it's a huge audience, but I'm pretty sure there is an audience for this.
Here we go. Time to explode.
Oh, was that PvP in there too? They put a lot of effort into this. Is Chip and Claws like a thing? Or is that just... Oh, Frosthaven? I feel like I've heard that name. Oh, and I do have that on my wish list there. So. The Jonas Tyroller had a channel before his current YouTube channel, and it's called Tasty Blue Games. Does it still exist? Also got disconnected right before you could see Chip and Claws versus the Brainoids. Yeah, I think Chip and Claws is like... Yeah, I'm never gonna remember that as a phrase. But, so is Tasty Blue still around? Not really. There's something about Tasty Blue as a game. Huh, that's an interesting idea. This, yeah, okay, 10 million downloads. Wow, that's not exactly what I was expecting. I was like, it looks kind of fun, but... Oh, they did a whole bunch of tasty games. Ah, okay. Oh, it does still exist as Thai Ogre Music.
Hallo, ich bin...
Yeah, okay, 7 years ago. Yeah, I was like, clearly I did not know this. Yeah, I don't know if it would help me to, because like that's what I did with the like current spat of YouTube videos, is I dumped them onto this channel with this other stuff, and I'm like, this other stuff was. It's also like random like this is such a mishmash of stuff. I don't know if it also hurts algorithm wise to have it just be such a mishmash, but I'm also like, you know, I want to have the list of here's all of my old stuff. As opposed to, let's start with a new channel, fresh. Even if that does hurt it, but... Chippin' Claws sounds like a British cafe. Yeah, it's a bit much for a name of a game. Oh, Steam actually does like this. This looks very mobile, and I thought Steam would be a little less on board with that. Yeah, okay, it's where you learn Game Maker.
Let's do this.
Ready for action.
Yeah, okay, so it is. So you can play as a Brainoid. Okay. I wanted to do this. The ball script here has that. That is not working. Oh, on that channel, most of the videos are in German. Okay. That makes sense. Music, that's what feels off here.
Don't forget the sun will rise another day. You can always find another way.
There we go. It's closing in on 8 o'clock and I'm slowing down. I'm like, it's typically at 8 o'clock. But...
She's a fairy. She been walking through the flower fields, ugly in the cemetery. I guess I know how it feels.
Okay, so now... Well, I could do an event. Is that what I did with the bumper? Was an event? That is when it bumps, it Okay, well now it should be pressing the button, so I guess the... okay, let's just do... Just to test it, we say number plus plus. And then we update the number text. So then this will tell me if the button is getting pressed. And then probably the game manager. I will need to keep a sequence of what are the last three things that were pressed in terms of color and... Oh, and I am just doing random color still though. Okay, okay, let's zoom that out again. Okay, we do another button there, then we do a pipe there, I guess. Okay, so now the button tag is not defined. That would help. Okay, now the button can be tagged as a button. Are you gonna tag everything? Wait, because this is also looking for a collider that it's hitting, right? Because this actually doesn't have a collider right now. Ruh-roh. You are looking for a collider. Hit dot collider. Because the button does not have one. You could just be just a cube. I don't need like a cylinder or anything. What's the box look like? That's great. That's what I want. That looks fine. Okay, so now I do need to make sure that this everything is tagged as a button. Just make sure that like that. So when it collides. Okay, now let's see if that actually hits the button and then updates the button. Okay, so button there. Bumper there, I guess. Pipe there. Could have done any button. So button. Can you be a tag, I guess? Or not? Just don't be in the way. Button. Will that work? Like, do you as a trigger? Is that gonna... Also, if it's going through the button? I guess we'll see. Okay, so button there, pipe there. Okay, I meant to hit pause there, not... okay, component in children button. Okay, so that is getting... It did find something that was tagged button. Oh, meaning it's the collider has the... Oh shoot, wait, who's got what? Button. That's the collider, and then it's the parent. Get object in parent then? Does it go up in parents? Or does it just go up one? Because I'm like, if it only goes up one, then I'm kind of screwed here. It's just because the collider, when I put it on, like, the mesh, it's like it made that the right size collider. Okay, button. Pipe. There. 82 and 83. Okay, so it does go up in parents. It's a bit much, but that's okay. So that is hitting the button and the number going up. And let's also do the color manager before. Okay, so because the color manager is also doing the pipe, right? Okay, that's spawning ball. Made a post-processing shader, but I'm not sure if I like it or not. Sent 2 images, left without and right with. Well, let's see. Personally, I think because of the stylized look of the assets, there we go. But yeah, because of the stylized look of the assets, personally, I would go with the post-processing shader. Although I would tweak it in. It seems a bit aggressive in terms of how much processing it's doing. I don't know. This kind of works too. I feel like if you could tone down how much it's doing, that would help, but I don't know. I could see either or. I don't know, because this also seems like it's doing a lot of color changes too, and not just the like color clipping basically. So I don't know. I'm coming around to this. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, you might have enough going on with just the colorful barrels and the hedges and stuff that you might not need an extra effect on there. I think this looks cool. I don't know if it entirely fits the vibe of what you're going for. I think having some kind of post-processing shader, and even some like kind of cell shaded, kind of color band sort of post-processing shader, is not a bad idea. But like I said, this one seems just a bit harsh on its color banding. So yeah, I don't know what the answer would be to make that a little less aggressive. But yeah, it's not the right word, but that's a word I can use, so might as well. Color manager. It's like, wait, this doesn't have a serial. Oh, it's probably because the somebody else is passing that in. I can add some more color stages. Send another image. Yeah, something like that looks better. I don't know. Maybe the color banding isn't doing it. I'm coming around to the softer colors of the not post-processed. And I do see that the ads are happening. I think the idea of adding a shader effect is not a bad idea. I don't know if this is doing it. No, I think I've come around to the softer lighting of the original image. Just based on the assets that are there. Okay, and it is ads again, so guess I'll take another lie down and poke it. Railbound break.
I see leaves falling down, down on the ground. There's no one around, there's no one around to hear me. How endearing. Spend my time writing power. Apologetic flower, esoteric towers are all in my mind. I'll miss the sun, it's been some time. I know we'll all be just fine. You know I'm always thinking about you and I now. I don't know where I'm to go.
Okay, so now add that. I don't need to add the animation for the button. I wanted to add it so bad, but I don't need to add an animation for the button. I have a little bit of time, and that'll be a little bit of work. Instead of trying to figure out how to actually hook it up to the game manager when it's getting pressed a billion times. Okay, now we just add a color manager. You. So the game manager, instead of the pipe is getting its spawn a pipe. Where is that at? Yeah, there we go. So now we steal this. I don't need to steal the direction. I guess the button could have a direction, technically. For the direction that the text is facing. But for now, this is button info. This is button. Okay, button info, set the color manager. Okay, we'll steal that then. It's like, wait, if you're gonna be copying code like that, that means it's a good chance to... No, it's when it's like set a thing that's going to be... a setter like this is gonna be repeated across all sorts of things. Okay, so now the button should be a nice rainbow of colors instead of a nice set of way too many colors. Hopefully. So now we do button. So white, I guess that's a color. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Sweet. Okay, now okay, yeah, I guess the buttons can do. Okay, so now I don't need to mess with the animation. That's not for prototyping, but I only have like half an hour left. I don't want to mess with the actual UI for the score and then getting that hooked up to the game manager when I can just do a quick animation and a quick just change the button, because it's just changed the button position. It's pretty easy. Okay, so create assets. Why is an idle animation in animations? There we go. Button pressed. Okay, then I want to change the cylinders. Transform position along the Y. I just want to... Nope, that's the everybody. You. Like that, maybe? Is it 0 too much? No, 0's fine. 0's actually kind of perfect. Okay, dokie, well that's way too long. I could change the speed, or I could just change the actual animation. And then do I want to exaggerate this at all? Is the other question. For now, no. I just want to make this quick. It's not super necessary. Okay, so what do we do? Animator. I don't need that right now. So, animator. And then just do an animator.play. Yes, I could do this, just the one. No, you do have to put in the actual name of the thing. Did I call it button pressed? I just called it button pressed, didn't I? And not just pressed. That's okay, whatever. Oh, wait. That's the animation, the animator. Animator button. And then where is the... I was gonna say, I'm on the button. Which is why it's showing up with the animation. Yeah, I was gonna say, which is why it's showing up with the animation. So, excuse me. Where's my... Yeah, I was gonna say, where's the thing? Okay, is this gonna explode if I, Oh, that's why. Okay, the graph is just not showing up. So this probably is gonna explode because there's not actually anything on the... Yeah, okay, that's the... Unity just exploded. Gee, thanks. Okay, so you do... You just won't let me look at it. I don't want to reset it just to... This should not be... This would be quick. This would be easy if it would let me look at it. Okay, so... The question is... I can't change the looping aspect of it because that's in the animator and the animator's just not... I don't want to restart Unity. Oh, dadgummit, bugger off. Okay, but I can still add the animator to here. Yeah, it's just I need to go into the animator to change it, and then this is just exploding. How long is it going to take to open Unity? Or close Unity? How long is it going to take to close Unity? How long is it going to take to open Unity? It is faster on the new computer. But still, not fast. Yeah, and it's been a full 2 hours. I'm like, do I want to sit? And the answer's like, no. I still have... my back still hurts. So... Programmer RD mode. Why do you do this to me? Why do you curse me with this right after 8 o'clock? I'm like, oh, it's yawn time. I can feel it. Even the programmer art, I can see the yawn. Funny how it still hits me. Like, oh, yep, I want to yawn now. I didn't though. I didn't yawn. Those frustrating things if like reality says, yep, nope. As much as you don't want to have yawn be your most used emote, that's the reality of it. Oh yeah, you're just baiting me into yawning with deep breaths. That's gonna trigger it for sure. Yeah, okay, interesting that if I pull too much air into my lungs, that also puts my back in a bad position to where I'm like, ow, no. Yeah, and I think that's the exact position that when I'm lying down trying to fall asleep, that my back's like, okay, yep, and now we're gonna be in pain. I'm like, really? Every other position you're fine, but then only when I'm most relaxed and trying to sleep, that's when it's like, ow. Yeah, some stretching might be good. Yeah, maybe I should. I don't know. It's like it's one of those things of like I keep messing with like, okay, I'll do some lower back stretching. Okay, that didn't help. I won't do some lower back just stretching. Oh, that didn't help either. It's like I'll rest. Okay, that seems to help. Or I'll go for a walk. Okay, that seems to help. It's playing on awake. Why you do this? It happened. I fought it for so long. Okay, don't play on awake. There's no other animation for it to play, so it's going to play on awake. Yep, no, that's fair. So yeah, the animator here is just I don't want you to play on awake, so we do a new clip as yeah, that should not be there, you goof. Animations, button idle. Position. There we go. It's just a reset back to there. Now, animator, you're gonna be. Oops, you're gonna be the default. And then when you're done, just go and type. Oh wait, no, the other way around. This button pressed should go from unpressed. Okay, because now the buttons should all just get stuck. They all get rolled over by the ball and just get stuck. So, button, pipe. Mistakes were made. Okay, button, bumper. Okay, not necessary at all, but okay. It's rolled over and pressed. Still seems like it's a little slow, but that's okay. Okay, and then when the ball is not pressing it, now we just reverse the animation. Yeah, it's just because it's 8:50. I should get some extra sleep though. That's a couple. Well, I don't know. It's one of those things of like last night I should have got some extra sleep, but now that hasn't happened. Okay, no, maybe I should just Get some extra sleep and go to bed now. 8:15 just feels like I'm an old man. Or even like 8:30 seems a little early, but it's... Okay, this is the button unpressed. Yeah, that's... I don't know what the other... like button reset. Reset then. I was like unpressed, it just feels wrong. It does not feel like the right words. So button reset. There we go. So now you're literally just button pressed. Reversed. We just... Ta-da. Okay, now you're the one that goes into button idle. And you're the... no, you wouldn't go immediately into that. It should just hang out. It's idle going into button pressed. Okay, so... I just want to make sure this looks like what I expect. Yes, okay, the button is getting reset. Actually, wait. So, if I just have it go into button pressed into button reset, and then it'll just play the animation a whole bunch of times over as the ball goes over, but then it should just reset when the ball is not there. Okay. So now we do button, pipe. And kinda. I don't need more buttons there, but yeah, that's not fully like yet, is it? The animator. Is it because of this transition? It should be. Yeah, it's just I want it to reset when it's not being pressed. Which is what should just be after it's pressed. It should just... Yeah, because that's the whole point of using a button as opposed to like the... like bowling pin. I was thinking the bowling pin is much more like the one-time use thing. Yeah, okay, a little buggy, but I'll just leave it at the, here. Well, I actually have something to show off today, kind of, sort of, maybe. That's fun. It's been a while since I've shown off anything. Okay, there, and then button. Over there. And then rolls over to buttons. Bugs out a little bit. Well, it's because it has a chance to fully reset to idle. Is that what's happening there? Yeah, I think that's what's happening there, is that it's... So if I just speed up the ball, does that solve the problem for now? Now I'm going back into the like, okay, let's just make it look... Okay, ball speed. Let's just double it. Okay, pipe. Button. No, okay, so it does, no matter how fast it is. It does the double reset for some reason. No, wait, button is... Okay, it's going from pressed to reset to idle, where it's just sitting there. It just seems odd that it's doing the double. Oh, there. I was like, I misclicked somebody. There, okay, so it does pressed. Then it does reset. And then reset goes into idle, where it just sits there doing nothing. But then it's doing it multiple times because it's getting hit multiple times. Can I, you know what, we'll just slap a bool on here that's just pressed for now. And then that'll be false. And then here, it'll be if it is not pressed. Then make it so it is pressed. Okay, yep, you guessed correctly on that one. Okay, so hopefully that should fix the animation issue, that should fix the number issue too. Thanks for the weird air. You can bugger off. Okay, pipe. Button, and bumper. Oh, it's doing the double animation again. Okay, and it only does the once. Okay, button. Dadgummit, why is it doing the double? Or, I guess not the double, it's just doubling. Okay, so that didn't fix the animation issue, but that did fix the getting pressed issue. But it only does the once. It's, I need to figure out when the ball is not. Do I have a different way to trigger the button so that it's... Okay, what I really should focus on is just doing the package it up for social media now that it's nearly 8:30. Package it up for like, hey, I did something. Button. Bumper. Okay, so now let's do a build. So while progress is slow at your end, it does still exist. No, I was like, yeah, that screenshot looked cool. But I'm gonna sleep now. Yeah, that's what I'm geared up for too. I'm geared up for just like, let's do a quick little video, put it on social media, do a nice proof of life post of like, hey, is this anything? Is this interesting to anybody? So, skipping the large message. Large message for what? Actually like, figuring out the gameplay. This was a step towards that for sure. That'll be the skipping the large message about items. Oops. I did the wrong scene there. I thought the build and run was not what I wanted. Build profiles. There we go. An open scene. And I already have an open scene. What the heck? Why the heck can't I let him do that? No, I want to select this one. Why the heck can't I flippin' change that? What the hell? Why are you doing this? Oh, there we go. Okay, no, that's not a... I don't think I want a full build profile, right? That's... Oh, or is that what I want? Oh, no, I just needed to go to the scene list and switch it. It's right here. I'm like, why can't I just click it here? Okay, interesting. Yeah, there we go. Now I can actually do the date as well. Okay, July, May, April, June, and now here finally in August there's some more Unity stuff. Yeah, this will be interesting if it's like once I actually get some amount of gameplay on social media, if anybody will actually be interested to actually validate the idea. But even the little bit that I have on TikTok, I think actually was interesting for people. So yeah, I haven't posted anything on TikTok in a long heckin' time, right? Oh, I posted some clips. I lied. Yeah, there we go. But I was like, this was 1,000 for this random nonsense. So if I could do another one of these kind of things, of like actual, here's a bunch of balls just going around everywhere, but off of bumpers and all sorts of nonsense. Be interesting to see how that is on social media. Oh, there was a giant message that I missed. Yes, okay. I did, I saw, yeah, okay. It scrolled down far enough, the message was too long. Items technically work, but right now I only have a placeholder item with a test behavior that places barrels. But the item exists. The player can pick it up, use it, drop it again, and it has data. Icon, name, description, and a data asset that holds all items. The soft references to only load item data that is actually needed. That sounds awesome. That's sounds like you're on the right track for doing a whole bunch of item stuff. Even if it is just a placeholder item with test behavior, 2 place barrels. Okay, so it's an item that will then let you spawn barrels, I suppose? Yeah, okay, that can be picked up to use and dropped again, and then it has data. And a data asset that holds all items. Yeah, then you can get a full backpack of stuff, it sounds like. Which would be really neat. Hey, this looks a lot better when it's not super grainy on Unity. Okay, so now we do pipe there, button, button, bumper, button, 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 bumper. Okay, there. And if I do a nice square, that'll go good on Instagram. That'll go good on. There's just a nice small square thing in the middle of the screen. Well, it gave me every color. I didn't even mean to do like every color, but it gave me every color. Interesting. Oh yeah, and I don't have a way to reset all of the buttons, but that's okay. I can clear the color and close the pipes, but that'll just make the buttons insanely large. The black pipe didn't really do it, but that's okay. Okay, sounds like there's gonna be a lot of interesting stuff in that maze game, though, if you have a full, like, item and a full, like, backpack list of things and stuff, too. Okay, So it's well, and I think the reason I've played around with the visuals of the game is because I think that's the strong point of the game right now. It's just visually, I think it looks good, which is why I've been scared of messing with the gameplay, because Code Hunter. Nope, don't know it. Okay. I don't really know how to caption this. Anybody have some good social media caption suggestions? It always doesn't add right at the end. I'm like, no, I'm give me 5 minutes. Just do this little bit of social media posting and then call it quits at 8:30 here. I kind of wanted the clever. Whatever. We'll do the same stream title here. And if it loops, I guess it lets me kind of do that. Button. Black circle, kind of. A radio button. I guess radio button is the closest. And then some good tags. Okay, indie game dev. Are you not gonna come up with the tag there? Yeah, game dev. Buttons. Satisfying.
Okay, Coda.
Does Instagram pop up better stuff there? Okay, and I do have game dev. Oh, I have indie game dev versus indie game. So. Oh, internet problem seems to have great timing. Brainoid said earlier, showing off Brainoid so they couldn't see it, and then responded to the item message, and then the internet decided to disappear. So. Well, no, I mean, I'm just sitting here messing with this anyway. I can't repeat myself easily enough, but it sounds really cool. It sounds like there's a lot of stuff you can do with a backpack full of items. So I think you're on a good track if you want to go that complicated with it. I think you really just need to make the maze interesting to solve. Is the only thing that, like, the only big thing. But I guess there is stuff like Dark Deception, which is just run around and solve a maze while you get chased by monsters. So, but again, it sounded like this was just a learning project and not like some kind of commercial something or other. So probably not super necessary. Okay, Facebook, and it's not gonna let me post this on Instagram real easy, is it? Portfolio. I always want to do portfolio. It's just a portfolio. There's no O in there. No Facebook. This is the only thing I do on Facebook, is just post on it to this business account that nobody sees anyway. Okay, and then, just out of curiosity, if I did TikTok, what does it look like? Because this doesn't let me tag it well. It's like it lets me upload it, but this is really only good if you have a video that you've already edited on your phone, which I don't have, so. Okay, so then if I do that, Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, it doesn't automatically crop it. Instagram does better about auto cropping it. Do I want to mess with, actually wait, do easy jive and see, is this gonna even crop well? Crop. And then you. I don't know if this is even gonna crop well. The square that I tried to aim for might be a little big. Okay, so now I want a 1x2. It's funny how vehemently I was talking to a coworker and was not a fan of. It's because then I'm gonna have to do a bunch of snoozes. I'm like, gosh dang it. I don't remember what the. There we go. Okay, so then this is the. Oh, and then this records at a slightly different. Well, shoot, it doesn't fully work. Does it? Do we? I could do something like that if I wanted to crop it. Actually gonna sleep? Yeah. That's, like I said, that's kind of where I'm at. Just like, I'm very much ready for bed. Oh, I was about to be like, I really should have trimmed down this video, but. Oh, and then actually, so now, what was the other reason that I was not doing videos, captures? But then the other reason why I was not doing this on TikTok, because now I'm like, okay, if the video is cropped correctly, can I just do this on my computer? There was a reason I was specifically doing it on the phone, and I think it was because of the fact that this also does not let you add music, which there is no audio to add. There is no audio added to this, so. Yeah, okay, it also doesn't let you add the, like, whatever other stuff. Yeah, it's literally just you can repost stuff. See, that's the, yeah, I was gonna say, there's a hello. I'm like, I hadn't seen a poke early the entire time. And there might be a reason. Because it was only right as I'm going to bed and calling it quits. Okay, so this is, I do have to upload this on, yeah, I was gonna say 8:30 is typically my cutoff time, so yeah, definitely. If you did want to show up and say hi, you barely hit the cutoff. Okay, you know, maybe I'll mess with TikTok after that. Yeah, not even 9 o'clock yet. Yeah, but I gotta go brush my teeth and get ready for bed. So. And then I gotta get up at 5 so that I could drive to work early. And get to work around like 7:30. Okay, so TikTok is, I will do that on my phone. So yes, I confirmed that is not easy to do there, so. Holy hell, 5? I guess if everybody else is, it's the middle of the night, then, yeah, no, I actually function in daytime hours. Unlike many people. Many people I know. Many people are saying this. That 5 o'clock is too early. And that's not it. My mom got up even earlier when she was going to work. It was like Okay, now like 3 or 4 in the morning to go to work? That's insane. It's still dark out, and like 3 o'clock is when the demons come out. You should not be like getting ready for work. Okay, what did I say? Yeah, I think 7:30 is a reasonable time to be. That's early, but I feel like not too early. And there's a good amount of the people at work that are already there by the time I get there. Excuse me. Where's my... I just posted it, right? Yeah, 6 minutes ago I posted this. Why did you not... Okay, there we go. But even on my own, like if left to my own devices, it'll be like 6:30, maybe 7 if I'm feeling particularly lazy. Like that's I'm a morning person. I'm an early riser. Okay, so that's Blue Sky, right? Didn't see. There we go. Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, Discord. TikTok I gotta do on my phone, and that's about it. Oh, I guess I could post it as a short on. No, that's this is not a high quality enough short for me to want to post it onto. If it's not a high quality short, then why post it? But... No, I want to stick with just like YouTube clips for now on my YouTube channel. Yeah, because I think I did one short there. Yeah, that was like a... This also needs like tags and stuff too. I think that does help to add some tags to it. No, I gotta do better content if I want to post it on YouTube. The rest of these are just kind of dumping grounds for places, for things. Okay. I'm assuming everybody is gone to bed and is sleeping. Well, I guess if Pagorli just showed up, possibly. But, so let's see if anybody's here to go dump on somebody else. Anybody here? Oh, apparently a lot of people are here. Why is everybody still up? Go to bed. It's 2 in the morning. Go to bed. Or 3 in the morning, maybe. I don't know. It's late. Go to bed. But that's just because I'm an early morning person. I like to sleep when it's dark. Or rather, yeah, because like me, staying up too late is like midnight. Like I have to try. I have to put in effort to get to midnight as a... Really? No game dev. For nobody here. Like no game dev on anybody? I'm serious. There's somebody doing art, I guess. Hurdling, just chatting. There's some software and game development. Okay, I found one. Co-working. Fitness, coffee time, something brother. I was like, what is that exactly? Okay, I guess we will go right over here. Since there's some software and game development happening over here. After the ads, I suppose. Okay, maybe I should double check that this is actually doing a something, but I'll trust it for now. Oh, promo for Hulu. Yeah, he's showing me Thunderbolts, where I'm like, I like those characters. I would enjoy Thunderbolts there. Okay, and now music. I need you to shut up.
Closer area around the head. Let me just check that. I'm just gonna check
And then we
that
can
there's
go
not some
right
kind of
over
bodies
here.
there that I'm missing.
And then I can go to bed. Because I need a
Little
nap.
attach
I need
area,
to
the
sleep. I need to
collision shape.
rest.
Okay, that's fine.
Ooh, a clay shader and everything too. This looks fun.
Then what is this
this
near
r-
collision shade?
The stream avatars look wild too.
Oh, maybe
Okie
yeah,
dokie.
that's just
I will
the
be back
physical
tomorrow
design
with
thing.
more game devs. Getting these buttons to work so I can actually properly prototype this
I
as
know-
an
yeah, I
idea.
think that's just the
Oh
physical
yeah,
design.
the little like mind bug, I guess. That's not what the name was, but okay. But like I said, I will be back tomorrow with more game dev. So goodbye, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Have fun sleeping. Bye.